Welcome to another edition of Slamdown Podcast. We're going to be covering everything Smackdown. I've just lost my train of thought then. Yeah, we're going to be covering everything about the Smackdown Live. For people new to the show, I don't cover Smack Talk because I don't have time to watch it. So it's only Smackdown Live I'm going to cover in. A couple of points I want to say to start off with. Again, SmackDown to me has produced the better show and the better product. I think it smashes Raw out of the park. And this seems to be consistently. I know the ratings seem very close, but from a fan standpoint, it looks like SmackDown are doing a lot better. I enjoy watching SmackDown. I don't miss a bit. But then when it comes to watching Raw, I sit there. It was so bad. I was watching Raw and I was playing on my DS. And it's something I've said about Raw before. There's a disconnect with Raw. There's no, I've got to see this. Oh, this is amazing. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the crowd were dead. SmackDown was the complete opposite. I loved everything. I want to break down and say a few things I didn't really like, but overall, it was a good show. You know, I think I'd love to know if it's still the same production team and the same writers that do SmackDown. That do Raw, do SmackDown. Because if it is, then we'll know it's the 3 hours they're struggling with. If it's different writers, then they know to sack the Raw writers. It would be nice as a fan to know actually what's going on in the backstage of the WWE and who's controlling what, who's writing what, who's doing what. But if it keeps going the way it's going, SmackDown ratings should start beating Raws. But let's get into the SmackDown. We had Bray Wyatt against Kane. Now this match quite shocked me. And there's another thing that's been bugging me as well. We've seen the Wyatt family, but we haven't seen the two together. We've seen Bray with one, or with Luke Harper, or back with the other. We haven't seen, since the draft, the three of them. And it's... When I've been watching it, I've been thinking, right, Luke Harper's back, but what happened to the other guy? Did he just disappear in a puff of smoke? There's been no explanation to why he isn't there. There's been nothing. So I don't know if that's a mess up on their end or if he's going to come. I don't know, but it would be nice to know where the hell he's gone. But that aside, it was a good match. We saw Randy Orton. Now, let's cover this properly. As the match was going on, that Riot Music, I don't know what you call it, display hit. And then Luke Harper was standing on the announce desk. And then it started with sort of him attacking Kane and to and fro. And Randy Orton came down. And Bray Wyatt was down. Kane was ready to go for the chokeslam. Randy Orton goes down for the RKO. And then Randy Orton RKO's Kane. Did not see that coming. Wasn't expecting that to come. Now, where are they going to go from this? Is Randy Orton going to be part of the riots? Is Randy Orton playing mind games with the riots? What, we've still got that to come. But I'm guessing on next SmackDown we'll probably have Randy Orton versus Kane. And we'll just have to wait and see. But it was a good build. So for me, this was a positive. Alexa Bliss ruined Becky Lynch's return to SmackDown Live. Now, I quite like this. You know, she basically was turning around and saying that Becky Lynch is yellow. And that she's afraid of Bliss, and basically. But it was a lot better than what they did on Raw with Sasha Banks and Charlotte. This was a lot better. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but the SmackDown Women's are doing a lot better than the Raws, which I thought it's going to be the other way around. But hey-ho. It was a good build. I'm looking forward to seeing their title match in 2 weeks' time in SmackDown Live at Glasgow. Then we had the Hype Bro against the Ascension. Now, everybody knows, since the Ascension have come up to the main roster, they've been jobbed. Jobbing left, right and centre. That's why, as soon as this match was announced, I was like, yeah, Ascension are going to lose. There was no hope for the Ascension. They're going to lose. They're the job squad. So, that I'm giving that neutral. I'm not going to give it a minus. I'm not going to give it a plus. That's neutral. Then we had Nikki Bella versus Natalya. And this match was to become the captain of the SmackDown Live Women's Survivor Series elimination match. So the winner would become captain, and also the loser would not be in the Survivor Series team. Now, they did Nikki Bella, Natalie, and it was a good match. Nikki Bella won the match actually using one of John Cena's moves, the STF. And got her to submit, which I'm not too sure about, because Natalya's a really good worker. And I think I'd have liked to see them both in the team, but... So, I don't know where that leaves Natalya now. Now she's not going to be in the Survivor Series team. We'll have to wait and see on that one. SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Heath Slater and Rhino against the Spirit Squad. This all started with the Miz and the Spirit Squad in the ring, saying that he's a real champion, and about basically a promo against Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler came down. Miz says, "We'll fight you now," and then the Miz and the Spirit Squad tries to get out of the ring to go towards Dolph Ziggler. Then Heath Slater and Rhino come down, and they get in the ring, and then Heath Slater says, "I know what you're trying to do, Miz. You're trying to play games to us to go and to us take him on in a match for the tag titles. Not going to happen." And then Miz plays games. Are you afraid of cheerleaders? Male cheerleaders, and you can see Rhino's face getting angrier and angrier, and grabs the mic and says, "You're on." Because I don't know if people have noticed in the commentary, they've been saying that Rhino doesn't like cheerleaders. So, good match, actually. I thought they would job the Spirit Squad, but they're not. They're making it equal footing, and I liked that. I'm a big fan of the way they're doing Heath Slater now. I've always been a big fan of Rhino. I think them two together is the oddball. It shouldn't work, but it works. And Heath Slater and Rhino wins, so meaning Heath Slater can still invest in his shares in Portugal. Don't know why he has shares in Portugal, but whatever Heath wants to do, let him do. After that, there was quite a few back scenes of I've got to try and pronounce his name now. James Ellsworth. Sounds like a posh rich person. Hello, my name's James Ellsworth. But anyway, James Ellsworth wanted to be in the corner of Dean Ambrose. And he's in the back, and Ambrose goes, no, stay in the locker room, And then later on, Dean gives in and says, no, you can come on then, basically. So AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose was a good match. I'm sort of not trying to go about the matches too much because I know, I want people to watch it. It's, I'm just giving you the overall results, but it is definitely worth a watch. If you don't know how to watch this, get the WWE Network at $9.99 or whatever country you're on. Have a look when it's on because it is live, so I don't know if I do repeats or It was a good match, equal, and then AJ Styles attacked Ellsworth a couple of times, and AJ Styles was down on the floor, and you could see James Ellsworth getting hyped, sitting there going, and you could see the look on his face, and you knew he was going to. He's made it look like he's getting ready for the super kick, because as soon as AJ comes up, hits the super kick, he turns around, looks at Dean Ambrose, and he's like, "Oh, crap." Ambrose is an absolute shock, going to the ref. No. Ref disqualifies him. AJ wins. It was a bloody good show. I enjoyed it. Like I said, for me, only one negative. Didn't like that they kept saying about Hell in the Cell and bits about Raw. I think they need to stop doing that. Raw and SmackDown are separate. Keep it separate. Don't mention Raw brand on SmackDown. Don't mention SmackDown on Raw. It doesn't work. Oh, look, technical issue. My other camera decided to fall down. It doesn't work. They need to keep it separate. They need to think of it as one is the WWE Network. No. Think of Raw as WCW and SmackDown as WWE. That's the way they've got to think of it. And think, right, we can't mention this, don't mention that. Make it more believable to the fans that these are two separate entities. It's just one of my pet hates. I think that's about it about SmackDown. There is something I do want to cover quickly. People who don't know, I have made myself on Xbox One. I will be making a Slamdown podcast arena. I don't think we'll be doing it on Facebook Live because I haven't got a device to connect my Xbox to my computer to make it stream through the computer. So I think I'm going to have to do it on Twitch, stream on the Xbox, and we're going to do a little thing called Challenge the Host. I'm going to talk a little bit about wrestling. I'm going to, and the way you enter is when we do the Twitch, we'll announce it on Twitter, we'll announce it on here. I will set it all up, and if before the show, if you want to go against me, drop us a message on here or tweet us, and I'll add you, and we'll have matches. It's all for a bit of fun and to have a bit of a laugh. Might even do, because I know I've got a Taz character, so I might even do the Taz versus me and stuff like that while in a couple of matches. I don't know, just something to have a bit of fun with. But we're going to be back on Monday with TNA review at 9 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock we're going to be doing Hell in the Cell review. And then Tuesday be Raw review, Wednesday as normal SmackDown review. We are setting up a forum on the website as well, so people can talk about wrestling and post news about wrestling and post anything you want, really. That's what the forum's there for. It's also a way for us to be more interactive with you. We want the fans to communicate with us. We're still early days on the new Facebook page. If you like this video, please like it, please share it, please get the word around. We will be doing Slamdown merchandise after Christmas. I've already got the supply sorted. I've got to order a couple of t-shirts and then get them modelled and get them picture put on the website, because it's all money. So after Christmas I can put some money together and get them. We're probably selling for. I won't actually. I better not give prices yet. You know, I've got to order them, and then the more I order, I can work out how much the cost. But we will be able to deliver worldwide. We'll do one set price, and then we'll add postage and packaging on, because it depends where you're from is depending on the price of the postage and packaging. But that's all coming soon. There's a lot more that I want to do with Slam Down. There's a lot more I want to add. So there is a lot more to do. But like I said, we want you to share the video. We want to tell everybody about us. Let's really get this rolling. But this has been Smackdown Talk. I've been your host, Ashley Friend, once again. And thanks to everybody for watching and listening.